Hello there, welcome along. I'm Sarah. I've got Bilbo over in the corner as well today, as always. And today's chair yoga session is going to be all about the shoulders. So let's start straight away. We'll be working on a chair today. Any kind of chair is fine. Something like a dining room chair is ideal, but just go with whatever you've got. Ideally, it's something that lets you bring your feet nice and firmly planted on the floor and sit up nice and tall. And so let's start here, just coming to the edge of your seat so that you need to use your back muscles to help support you. And think about lifting up nice and tall. And then we'll just start by just checking with those shoulders and how they're feeling today. So let's take a nice big inhale, and as you inhale, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and then exhale, just drop them down, let them flop. And then we'll do that a couple more times. Inhaling, bring the shoulders up to the ears, and then exhale, just let them go. And we'll do one more like that. Inhale, and then exhale, just let those shoulders relax down. So let's start with some bigger movements here. Bring your hands onto your shoulders if you can. If this doesn't work for you, you can just do it with the hands out. And then we're going to start with some nice big circles. So first of all, bringing the elbows into touch or as close as you can get them in front of you. Then bringing them up, back, and down. So we'll just really exaggerate these first couple of circles, and then we'll start moving a little bit faster. So elbows up, out to the side, and then down. And then let's start moving a little bit more smoothly here, really getting right into that shoulder joint, getting a bit of movement there. Opening up the chest, stretching out the upper back. And then whichever way you've gone, let's flip it and go the other way. So taking the shoulders, the elbows back first, then up, and then round. We'll just do that a few more times, just to warm up that joint there. Okay, so let that go. Maybe give the hands a little bit of a shake out, and then we're going to come up to standing. So from here, I'm just turning round to the side so you can see. In fact, I'll turn around to the back. Let's first of all think about standing up nice and tall. So a bit like when we're sitting, lengthening up through the crown of the head, through the spine, shoulders are relaxed down. And let's bring the hands around behind and connect them in some way that works for you. So maybe you can bring the palms together. Maybe you've got the wrists kind of squared off like this. Maybe you hold elbows. If this is really difficult for you, you could get some sort of a sock or a tea towel or something like that to hold behind you. Or you can just do it with your hands like this. So we're going to open out the shoulders. So really think about rolling the shoulders back and down, and then bring the hands together in whatever way works for you. And then think about reaching those hands down and away, hopefully feeling your shoulder blades really come together here. Maybe lifting the arms out a little away from the body. Apologies if you can hear the cat scratching outside the door. All the animals want to be in today. And then let that go. And again, maybe a little bit of a wriggle or a shrug there. And then having brought the arms back there, we're going to bring them into the opposite shape, but coming forwards. So we're going to come to a downward facing dog on the back of your chair or a wall or a table, whatever you might have handy that's about the right height for this. Bringing your hands onto the chair, the table, the wall, and then walking your feet back until you come into what feels like a good stretch for you. And what I want to encourage you to focus on today is once you come into the shape, think about bringing your chest down towards the floor. And what that should do is help to really open out across the back and across those shoulders. So really think about, that's the sort of movement today, is trying to bring the head and the chest sort of downwards towards the floor between the shoulders. If that image isn't working for you, then just enjoy the stretch, but that might help you just accentuate that stretch across the back. And the trapezius muscle there, which is the one that's right across the top of the back, often responsible for a lot of problems in the shoulders. Then let's walk back up to standing. Okay, maybe have a little bit of a shake out. And then we're going to come back to sitting. So from here, we're going to do the top part. We're going to work up to doing the top part of eagle pose, which is a great one for really stretching out the back and the shoulders. Well, let's start with just a couple of warm-up stretches first. So take the right hand out to the side and then cross it over your body, and then think about dropping that right shoulder down and using your left arm just to stretch that hand across to the side. Maybe turning your face to look over that right shoulder again, so you get a nice stretch inside of the neck. And then we'll come back to center. We'll repeat that on the other side. So bringing the left arm across this time, using the right arm to guide it, making sure you drop that right shoulder, that left shoulder down, and then maybe turning your head to look over the left shoulder. Cat really thinks he's missing out on something. Having a good scratch at the door. The joys of home yoga. And then let's come back to center. So let's do a little warm up before we do eagle. Let's take the arms out really wide, maybe stretch them behind you a little bit, and then cross them over. Give yourself a big hug. As you're doing this, notice which arm is on top, because we're going to swap. And then let's open the arms out again, and this time we'll do another hug, but with the opposite arm on top this time. So I had did my right arm first, I've now got my left arm on top. Give yourself a big hug there. And then let's just shake that off. And then let's give these eagle arms a go. So we're going to bring the elbows together. So we're going to think about bringing the right elbow and crossing it over the left elbow. And I've got the hands here. Now, what happens next might depend on your body, your arms. You can either bring the backs of the hands together here, or you might be able to kind of cross over again so that you can clasp the hands together in some way there. Either one is fine. But then once you get there, think about lifting your elbows up a little bit so they're kind of in line with your shoulders, and you'll probably feel that really deep stretch across the shoulders, across the upper back. And just breathe into it. And then we'll let that go. Bit of a shake out. Then we'll do that again on the other side. So this time the left elbow is coming on top, arms cross over, and then maybe you've got the backs of the palms together, or maybe you cross the palm round and maybe catch the hook the thumbs or catch the fingers, whatever works for you. And then once you're in the shape, sitting up tall, lifting those elbows up slightly if you can, ideally coming in line with the shoulders, and that will help you really feel that stretch across the upper back. Breathing. Can be very intense, this one, so just take it easy. And then we'll gently unravel, have a bit of a shake out, and then we'll finish with a little seated back bend as a counter pose to that. We did that really big stretch on the upper back there. We're now going to do a big stretch for the front of the chest. So opening the shoulders back, bringing the hands onto your chair, wherever works for your body. And then from there, think about lifting up through the chest as if your breastbone here was reaching up towards the sky. You can tip the head up a little bit if you want, but really we're doing this for the shoulders. So it's the kind of shoulders back and round that we're really aiming for here. Nice big stretch here, and then let's release that. And just coming back to sitting. And then we'll come to sitting up nice and tall here. Closing your eyes. Taking a couple of nice deep breaths. And then really bringing your attention to your chest and your shoulders and just noticing as you breathe in and as you breathe out, the way that that part of the body moves with the inhale and the exhale. Noticing how things feel, maybe particularly noticing how they feel compared to when we started. One last deep breath here. And open your eyes. And hopefully that has left your shoulders feeling ready to take on the rest of the day. Thank you very much for sharing your time and energy with me, and see you again next time.